Hi everyone, hope you are doing all right. So today it's science time and we will be talking about the eradication of viruses. Why some viruses cannot be completely eradicated. Before starting this video, think about this topic. Why some viruses cannot be completely eradicated like coronavirus. In this video, you will be comprehending, you will be understanding that why Covid-19 is not going to be removed from this world, from the earth, and human beings. What are viruses at first? A virus particle is a very simple in structure, and why? Since it's not a living thing, and its structure would be really simple in that way. It has no nucleus or cytoplasm, and when it doesn't have any cytoplasm, so no metabolic reactions, and when no metabolic reactions, it's not a living thing. And it consists by a genetic material contained within a protein coat. The protein coat, or capsid in other words, is made of some protein molecules known as capsomers. All viruses are parasitic. They aren't living organisms, as I said before, since they can only reproduce by infecting and taking over other living cells. There's a tip here that viruses are totally different from bacteria. Since bacteria is a living organism, a single bacterium consists of just one cell or unicellular organism. They typically have one or two strands of DNA or RNA in other words. As you can see in the picture, the structure of virus are really simple. And guys, don't forget that viruses are a part of pathogens. Like pathogens, they are being provided into many sections like protozoa, parasites, viruses itself, and pyrin that I really talked about this concept in details in our last videos. So don't forget to check it out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. What viruses do and what are their usage? Viruses are like hijackers. They invade living normal cells and use those cells in order to multiply and produce other viruses like themselves. This can kill, damage, or change the cells and make us sick. Different viruses will attack certain cells in our body, such as your liver, small intestine, or respiratory system. It can be anything, which this specified organ is known as the host. Host is the organ, is the tissue, is the type of the cell which the viruses, they will be infecting them. For example, there is a virus known as X, which its host is the liver. So in that case, as this virus is going to enter our body, it will be infecting and giving different kind of damages to the liver. Viruses are being used in a lot of situations. Example, in medicine, bacteriophage therapy, nanotechnology, weapons and biological warfare, and a lot of things. So these viruses, they can be also used in useful ways. That means viruses, they are not being considered as bad things all the times. They might be really useful for us in some kind of situations. What do we mean by eradication? Guys, eradication, it's known as a permanent reduction to zero of worldwide incidence of infection. Like this sentence gives us everything. Eradication means how can I say, being removed, or let's say elimination, which is caused by a specific agent as a result of deliberate efforts. And also intervention measures are no more needed. For example, smallpox. Smallpox is being known as one of the diseases that they have been eradicated a long time ago. Until now, only two diseases officially eradicated, known as smallpox caused by variola virus, VARV, and rinderpest caused by the rinderpest virus, RPV. Smallpox eradication, 1979, and rinderpest eradication, 2011. As you can see in these two pictures, for example, in the left picture related to smallpox, as you can see at the end, the graph reaches 0, which means that the reproduction of smallpox, this virus, has reached 0. As it says, permanent, not something temporary, something permanently. Reduction to 0 of a worldwide incidence. And now eradicated diseases in details, smallpox and rinderpest. And guys, if you search these kind of diseases in Google or searching machines, a lot of things will be opened, and one of these things will be a part of my video. Smallpox is a contagious, disfiguring, and often deadly disease that has affected humans for thousands of years, in which was eradicated and wiped out worldwide by 1980. It cripples the immune system by attacking molecules made by our bodies to block viral replication. So it says that it cripples the immune system. So its host would be the molecules in the immune system, which they were made by our body to block the viral replication, as you can see in the left picture. Rinderpest. Rinderpest, or cattle plague, is a contagious and highly fatal disease of cattle, buffaloes, and a lot of other organisms, both domesticated and wild. Rinderpest is not known to infect the humans. Don't forget that, as I said in these examples, but the effect on cattle and other animals has had an enormous impact on humans' food security. So this rinderpest is not going to do anything to the humans, but in this case it will affect on different kind of animals, like it can be cattle, it can be buffaloes, yaks, and different animals. And these animals are very important to humans, and they might have an enormous impact on human livelihood and food security. Why some diseases cannot be completely eradicated? The main point, which after this slide we will be talking about Covid-19, which is pretty much very important. Viruses are obligate intracellular pathogen, and if denied access to host cells through immunization by vaccination, transmission is prevented, and this virus will be unable to replicate, leading to its extinction and eradication. But there is a significant point that some diseases caused by a specific virus cannot be completely eradicated. For example, some non-infectious diseases such as heart disease, guys, or cancer, they cannot be eradicated. Without an effective treatment against a disease, there is no possibility of eradicating it. Don't forget that. Without an effective treatment against a disease, there is no possibility of eradicating it. We have to understand the characteristics and the behavior of that virus. So two things. There are some viral diseases that appear impossible to eradicate due to certain inflexible characteristics of the causative virus. And the second thing, and also because some of these viruses are followed by adaptation of the virus to its new host. Diseases with multiple hosts are difficult to target for eradication because it often means that the disease will have to be eradicated all the times, which seems unconventional. It seems really strange, although diseases that have a single host can be eradicated. So, in simple words, for example, in this slide, as you can see, nowadays the people are suffering from a disease called COVID-19. And in this specific concept, we can say that COVID-19 is one of those diseases that cannot be completely eradicated, which is pretty much very sad, but that's it. It cannot be completely eradicated because it consists by two hosts, not one, not a single host, humans and also bats, a type of animal. Therefore, it will be much difficult in order to eradicate and remove and eliminate it from the worldwide. However, we can reduce the cases in the epidemic and pandemic stage, but still it cannot be completely eradicated and eliminated. Indeed, Nowadays, the vaccines are being produced in the time that you are watching me right now. Almost all the countries in the world, they have been vaccinating people all around the world. But the thing is that if they also vaccinate all the people, the COVID-19 is going to remain. It's not going to be removed. It is not going to be eliminated. It is not going to be eradicated from this world. Don't forget that. As you can see in the picture, a really frightening and a really scary picture of coronavirus. So that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to comment. Put on your reaction. Feel free to ask any educational questions that came to your mind. So see you in our next video.